Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. Today we'll be going through the presets that I carry on my ToneX One, which are all my custom made tone models pretty much, which will be available to you guys. If you've been keeping up with me lately, you know that I've been releasing packs. So far I've released a pack for the MS-60B Plus, which you can find on Patreon at All Bass Creations. If you go to Patreon and search All Bass Creations, be right there. Or you can go to the description if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Go to the link on the description and you can find the presets there for the Zoom B6 and the MS-60B Plus. So you'll get 20 of those each in each of those packs. But I'm going to release my ToneX One packs as well. So you're going to have pretty much every preamp, every amp I use, all that stuff, every EQ, anything I use to really EQ a tone, get my tone of my bass outside of my bass, pedal-wise, and amp head-wise, preamp-wise, will be available for ToneX One, right? So all my tone models I've made, and they're all the highest quality you can make on there. So it took me hours to make these. When I say each one of these takes an hour plus to make, it definitely does. So let's go. We started off with the Ampeg. Let me see. What we got here. Started off with the Ampeg BA series head, right? And this is my most gig with amp, pretty much. It's a 210 combo. It's the Ampeg BA 210 V2. It's an amazing amp, but so very versatile. Just by doing a little bit of tone shaping with your bass, you can get pretty much any sound you want from there. But it's got a lot of bottom, nice warm sound to it. And I always get compliments when I use the BA amp. It just sounds good. It sounds amazing. Like it's one of those things. It's they don't even make it anymore. So, you're getting access to a preamp that isn't even it's in circulation because, you can find some used, but you have to buy the whole thing. You ain't got to do all that. You could just get the pack, right? So let me play a little bit with that and we'll be right back. So that is my general setting for my Ampeg BA head, you know, and that's available to you. Well, going to be available to you. Still in the process of getting all these situated on the Patreon, but for the again, if you want the Zoom MS-60B Plus or the Zoom B6 presets, they're already available. Go check them out. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit that like button. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. But, you know, help me out there, you know. And if this really helps you, you can hit the Cash App or Super Thanks, Super Chat. Appreciate y'all. So, yeah. Let's see. So that's the first setting. I always keep that, you know, I'm just going to go through the 20. I keep pretty much the ToneX One allows you to keep 20 presets on there at a time. And you just kind of flip through them. You know, I'm going to flip through them. So they already, you know, sound the way I need them to sound. So I don't have to do anything but just flip through them, which is amazing. To have access to that many different preamps and stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. But yes, I do like the Zoom B6 over the HX Stomp, but that's just me personally. It's cheaper, and you could actually get a Zoom B6 and a ToneX One for about the price of an HX Stomp. So I'm just saying, depends on if it's worth it to you. Does it matter if it's worth it to me? It matters if it's worth it to you. But yeah, let's go. So next up, I have my Laney Digbeth setting, which is from the preamp pedal. So I have that particular setting that has a little bit of a grit to it, you know. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to check something. You guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. You know. And feel free to ask questions, you know, in the chat about what we doing. This is all right, bam. Okay. Let's rock and roll. So, hey, what's going on, folks over on Twitch? Appreciate y'all hanging with me. You guys are hilarious. So that's the Laney Digbeth preamp there. Let's switch that over to what we got up next. This is the Jens Ben Shuttle preamp, Shuttle 9. So, that's another tube preamp right there. Good influence, good, nice tone. So, I mean, Jocko is definitely one of my influences. I mean, I'm influenced by pretty much the majority of. You learn from people, good or bad. But Jocko definitely had a ton of great playing stuff to learn, from. So, but I learned from pretty much everything I've ever heard in my lifetime. It has an influence on you one way or another. Stanley Jordan for sure. It's how I came. Watching him play helped me come up with my tapping style, which is more like stride bass type thing. And I accidentally almost did start playing that, the MJ tune, but I can't because they'll take my video down. Not take it down, but they'll demonetize me over on YouTube. We on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook and Instagram right now. So they'll they'll demonetize me for sure. That's why I stopped playing it. I was going to go into it. You caught me. I was going to go straight into that J, and I was like, oh, nah, not today. But, yeah, Stanley Jordan. So, stuff like this. Yes, it is very much possible to get demonetized from just playing covers. It's not that. It's the melody. You can play anybody's chord changes. Chord changes can't be copyrighted, but melodies can. It's about playing the copyrighted material. Same, so you know, it's not like a fair use type thing, you know. So that's why I don't do covers on YouTube and stuff anymore. If you ever wondered, I started off doing covers on YouTube, you know, but I stopped because in order to get money, they send a lot of that money to the artist. They are not coming to me. So, but so that was the Jens Band's Shuttle 9, which is actually that little shiny head. It's on top of this stack here, but it's actually that tube preamp there. So this ToneX One is an amazing pedal. So this little pedal here, it has all the settings. Pretty much all my preamp settings, all my amp settings will be available in the ToneX One. This little tiny pedal here. Instead of taking all of these preamps, all these amp heads, and just that one right there alone, that TC Electronic one right there, the black and red one is 30 pounds. Compared to this thing fits in the palm of my hand. So, and I actually have several TC Electronic tone models done in there. So it's an amazing pedal. If you're into bass and or you're a guitar player, this ToneX One is definitely something you should buy. I love it for sure. Thank you. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. You guys are awesome. But so let's keep rolling here. So we got the Harkey TX 600 preamp now. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging with me for a minute. I appreciate y'all. If y'all can hit the like button or subscribe button, whatever it is. What is it on Twitch? I appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all be Twitch people come in. Y'all come in deep, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm not sure if somebody invited everybody or how. I can't see it from the Streamlab software at the moment. Still getting everything set up where I can really truly see what's going on. Let me see. Matter of fact, maybe I can switch to where's Twitch at on here? There we go. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm terrible with names, but Admir, K1, I believe, is how you say that. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. So this is another tube preamp. You know, you're getting a lot of preamps. These preamps are not cheap. You know, they cost quite a bit, but so let's hear a little bit of this one. So as you see, that's a nice warm sound to it. Be great coming through a bass amp. And the reason why I do these preamps separately is so you have like a nice clean preamp, like the actual preamp sound, and you can run that actually into the return or the amp in of your bass amp, and that allows you to essentially switch bass heads without switching anything other than what's going on with your pedal. So that's one of the main uses I use the ToneX One for. When I'm running live into a system and into a PA or a recording situation, I'm literally just switching my amps from here. So I'll switch all my preamps from here, and usually I'll have my IRs on my B6 for a reason. You know, I got other reasons for that, but I also can have my IRs run from here as well. So, you know, it's a little one-stop shop. It also has a compressor, a reverb, and a noise gate built into it, plus a tuner. It's also has a built-in tuner, which is crazy, and it's an audio interface. So you're getting a lot in one little package there. And I'm not paid to talk about this stuff, and you know, I buy this stuff because I like it, pretty much. You know, that's why I use everything I use is because I went and got it. You know, and I believe it's useful to myself. So if it's useful to me as a bass player, I figure it might be useful to you all. So I made a ton of settings, like I mean a ton of these tone models. They take about an hour to an hour and a half to make each because of the software. So you gotta, yeah. So it's a very tedious process, but let's keep moving. Next up, we got the Aguilar, two of my Aguilar AG preamp settings over there. So back there, you guys can't see it, but behind this pedal board here is a really much bigger pedal board, and there's also one down there on the floor, as you can see. So there's a large one behind it. There's a small, matter of fact, let's do this. So let's make my life easier. But now you really can see how small the ToneX One is compared to all the other pedals and stuff, you know. But, and all these preamps, this is what I was saying, all these preamps here are all in this ToneX One, this one little small pedal that I can literally cover up with my hand. Instead of taking this whole thing, I have a setting in here, that my setting that I use for this in here. Same thing with this. Look at how much bigger this is compared to this. You can fit about 5 or 6 of these in here. So in terms of the tapping stuff, slow down, hands separate, work with a metronome, and just relax and try to use the minimum amount of energy it takes to get that string to sound the way you want it to sound, tapping it. So it's not about trying to drive your finger through the you know, the fretboard. You know, it's about really having your you know, boost your high mids, so you get a little bit of extra clarity in there when you're tapping as well. So that's just a little tip. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Hit that subscribe, like, and share button. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, you can head over to YouTube and get a much better view. Appreciate y'all hanging with me over on Twitch as well. Thank you. Make sure y'all hit that follow, because y'all definitely made my night. Thanks for stopping by. Also, you can hit that Cash App or Super Chat or whatever if any of this is useful to you guys. I appreciate all y'all just hanging out, if that's what it is. I appreciate y'all. So Aguilar AG preamp, let's go. On the ToneX One, basically. So you get a nice tone with that. Let me see if I think this is close to the setting for that. Let me see. Just going to stop and do a quick comparison between the ToneX One and the actual pedal, which is the AG preamp right there. It depends on the time frame. It's a time on copyright law. It's a time frame for everything. You could just Google it real quick, like how long before you can use a song for free. It's not a short period of time. So it's quite a bit of time. But yeah, it's something you could definitely. It's just all based around copyright law. So it depends on how long, when the song was written, when it was copyrighted, all that good stuff. So, and then the time between then and now. So, but all right. So here's the AG, the actual Aguilar AG preamp. All right, and here is the ToneX One. So, as you can see, it's a pretty much a spot on copy of that Aguilar AG preamp. Gets you right, the exact tonality of it. Gets you my EQ settings for it. So it's quite an amazing piece of gear. Like, I really can't say enough about it. Especially with the technology is just moving so fast. Look how small. It's a micro pedal. It's the size of this. Look how this in comparison to other pedals. And these are small pedals. These are just regular size pedals. But the micro pedals are crazy. And the amount that they can do, this is also an audio interface. Like, you don't even have to buy a separate audio interface. You could plug right into here, put your headphones in this jack here, plug your instrument into this cable, run a USB to your computer, and record straight from there. That's crazy. You can also run this stereo by using you can use a TRS cable and split it into two different left and right channels. So it's this little pedal sickening. Like, it's crazy for such a value for, I think it's $179. That's an incredible value for that. Like, you normally, the only things that's really doing stuff like that is around $1,000 and up. Like the Quad Cortex and stuff like that is doing stuff that this ToneX One can do now. Like, for $179, that's crazy. Let's keep going though. You know, like I said, all these are going to be available in different packs. So I'm going to separate these into different packs. So the Gensler Magellan Pre will be a pack. Aguilar AG preamp will be a pack. Eden WTDI be a pack, and so forth and so on. Color Box, SGT. What else we say? Ampeg, BA series head, Mark Bass Little Mark 3, Jens Benz Shuttle 9, TC Electronic BH500, and Phil Jones, Phil Jones. But we're going to have a little bit of everything on there. That's the crazy part. As well as, what else we have? We got Harkey TX600. We're going to have a Galley and Kruger 1001 RB, I think it is. So all these are going to be different packs that will be available to you guys. So, and they'll be available at a really reasonable price. You know, you can check out my Patreon now if you have Zoom pedals. If you're into Zoom pedals and you have the new MS-60B Plus or Zoom B6, I just released packs for those, 20 presets that are amazing. You just go to the Patreon page, download it. You can go to Patreon and sign up for free if you would like, and it'll let you know when I'm releasing different things, merchandise, packs. I'm also going to be putting up some new tiers because I'm going to be doing improvisation courses, technique courses, as well as one-on-one video lessons with folks. And those will be a limited amount, so those are going to go really fast. So I'm going to make sure that you guys have a good amount of access to all the materials and all the knowledge that I could help you guys with. So let's continue on. I want to hear you guys play some amazing things one day, you know. I definitely want to hear you guys playing some amazing things. Oh, and fun fact, I actually got my one of my lives just got demonetized on YouTube for playing my own music as well. So I have to actually contact DistroKid and see why exactly they demonetized or why they are not allowing me to have ownership of my stuff on YouTube. But it's just my first album. My newer stuff is okay for me to play. So So this is the other Aguilar AG. This is the other AG setting I have with the deep and bright setting on. So another beautiful tone model that'll be available for you guys. And one thing I do like about the ToneX series stuff, you can use it on the pedal. It'll also be available in the software. Then when you get the ToneX pedals, it comes with the ToneX software and amplitude. I love amplitude, by the way. It's actually, excuse me. I was using amplitude before I was using ToneX stuff. So, ToneX stuff integrates right into the amplitude stuff, and then both of those can be used as plugins in your DAW. So not only when you get these packs will you be able to use them in the ToneX software, the ToneX pedals, the amplitude software, you'll be able to use them inside your actual recording software, your Logic Pro, Pro Tools, Cubase, Studio One, whatever it is you're using, you'll be able to integrate this into your whole setup recording. So you'll be able to duplicate like sounds. You know, one of the things I really love about the ToneX stuff is I can instantly just flip to it. Like I have it in a mode here where I can pretty much select 3 different tones. Each of these knobs represent 3 different tones, you know, 1 each. And I can use the foot switch to switch between 3 different tone models, right? So I can have my Aguilar sound here. I can have another sound. Let's see. Let's pick something. I can have, so Aguilar, Mark Bass, TC Electronic. And just by pressing that foot switch, I can switch between them. So you instantly got access to a variety of preamp sounds without ever switching pedals. And all I did was just press the foot switch. Once I set it up to each tone model that I want it to be on each knob, it's easy from there. So, and not only that, but when you take the tone models, you know, thanks to the accuracy of their modeling software, it even models the gain. So when I'm using my TC Electronic one in particular, I had a few settings where, let me see, where it got dirt on them, right? So I can take the gain and I can just get some saturation. right? Just where it's just barely breaking up, or I can push the gain and really have it much dirtier. So as you can see, it not only models like the actual tone of it, it gets into the gain staging of it and everything else. So it allows you flexibility even with the gain of the preamp. So I can literally dial back the gain, turn up the master volume, and get that nice clean tone, you know. So let's get back in line. So that was the um that was the Aguilar AG preamp setting with the deep and bright setting on, in addition to my normal EQ. And next up, we got the Ampeg SGT DI. The emulations I have that in here. And mind you, this is not all of them that I have. This is only a few of them. This is just, I only get 20 slots on there, so had to use them. I can only keep a few on there, but I do have a lot more of each one, of each different preamp and head and all that stuff. So yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Definitely, if you finding this useful, if you learning something, or if you just like what I'm doing and you want to help me out, hit that Cash App and that Super Chat. Super thanks. I appreciate y'all. But otherwise, thank you. I appreciate you just hanging with me. All right, let's check this out real quick. Where we at? So, all right, cool. That looks good. Are you hearing how close those are? I'm flipping back and forth between the SGT and the ToneX One. That is indistinguishable, especially during a song or anything else. That is spot on. That is, that's why I love it. It's such a little chameleon on your pedal board. Don't take up no space. But you still get that big sound from this big giant pedal and this little tiny pedal. That's crazy. Let's hear that one more time. So that's the SGT. Here's the ToneX One. So you're getting my exact preamp sound. When I say I made sure that these were spot on. Some of these I had to do more than once, you know. Had to do some experimenting and making just how to get the most accurate sound and things out of everything. But man, when I say that's spot on, you can hear it for yourself. Like that was me flipping back and forth. You can't tell the difference if that was analog or digital. You really couldn't, like, other than you seeing me going back and forth and me telling you. But that's how close it is. And for $179, you grab this, and then you come grab my packs, right? That's what you do. Now don't go buying nobody else packs until you buy my packs. You feel me? Nah, but I really would appreciate it if you buy them when they come out. And I'll be releasing them between now and the next few weeks. I'll be releasing different packs, at various times. Like I said, I already have out the Zoom, two of my Zoom packs, the MS-60B Plus. You get that for $15. You get that pack, 20 presets for $15. Nobody else is doing that for y'all. Everybody's trying to run you $50 for they patches. Come on now. Come on. Go get it. Go to Patreon, get them if you got an MS-60B Plus. If you got a Zoom B6, same thing. Got another 20 on there that'll help you out a lot. Help you better utilize your Zoom B6. And that is also $15. Now, everybody else, I'm looking at $50, $60 for presets. Same amount. But come on now. Come on. I got you back. Your boy got you. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share if you haven't already. And if you have already, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. You can hit that Cash App and Super Chat if this is useful information to you as well. So, or helping you make a decision. As well as I'm going to have an affiliate link for this ToneX One and stuff like this as well. So I've joined a few affiliate programs and, so I'm going to have some ways for you guys to buy stuff, and get a discount, a few different things. So we're going to work on it. But, all right. So enough of that. Now, I also have my B15 setting, two of my B15 settings on here, and two of my SVT settings. And all those are coming from the SGT over to the ToneX One, right? And again, these tone models packs will be not only useful on the pedals, but if you have the ToneX One software or if you have Amplitude, these presets will also work in there as well. So when you have the ToneX One software, the ToneX One software can be used inside of Amplitude, and both of those pieces of software can be used inside of a DAW like Logic, I don't know, GarageBand, what else they got out here? Reaper, Pro Tools. You get the point. So the very useful, and Main Stage. If you want to use it with like in combination with other things like Guitar Rig or stuff like that, you can use all these apps together in Main Stage. I'm gonna do a whole series on that where you can just have a monster of a effects rig in your computer. But excuse me. So here's the Ampeg SGT B15. Such a nice warm sound. Like I actually love the way that B15 emulation sounds on the SGT. And I actually love the way I was able to capture my exact setting. Now, I know you've experienced this when you got to a gig. If you ever use a pedal board, you get to the gig, dog, and all your knobs all over the place, man. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. Like you get there, like even this little small one, I get there, my compressor knobs all different. You know what I'm saying? Luckily the rest of this is literally like digital, except for this one. It's pretty recessed though. But if I was to take like this bigger board here and all those preamps, those knobs get shifted around as you're, taking things in and out the case, or it's annoying. Not, sometimes you're gonna make sacrifices for the tone now. But this ToneX One eliminates that. Meaning every single time you're gonna get the exact sound that you had, the exact EQ curve that you came in, with using, compared to and it is a slight advantage it has over the analog stuff. The analog stuff, you come back, your knobs all over, turned. It's a different setting, and you got to try to estimate and get it back to where you had it before, compared to this locks it in. So these are my locked in tones where I played and really got it. That's why it's so. And all these are going to be available on Patreon, by the way. And subscribe, like, and share if you haven't already. I appreciate that. So that's more of my cleaner B15 sound. Let me see. Here is more of my overdriven sound. Again, I can change how much gain I'm using and push it in even more and get fuzzier. If I want to, I'll show you. And just a quick tip, if you do have a ToneX One, when this is blinking and you see that blinking there, and you turn this main knob here, it's a gain. When it's solid, it's the master volume of the amp. So, and the difference being, the gain is gonna make you push further and further overdrive your signal, right? So versus right. So say I turn this knob like this, it's just gonna give me more of that exact signal already, right? Compared to when I have the gain being pushed, because the ToneX does an amazing job at modeling. It even breaks up the same way. Oh, it's so beautiful. So as you can see, it really a break up on you. You know, really can get some nice overdriven tone saturation on there, even just changing the gain. So that's something to be mindful of. You can always, if it's a not just a pure clean bass tone, you can always adjust that saturation, adjust the amount of overdrive. You know, if you're using, because this thing not only just model preamps, this thing models overdrive pedals, EQ pedals. It's just crazy. Like it's amazing. Amp heads. It'll model an entire rig. You know, I'm not doing. Listen, I got too many amp heads and combinations and stuff to do entire rigs with it, because it takes like an hour and something. You talking about a few weeks. What I have done rather, is I did the preamps and I'm doing the IR separately. So you'll have all these cabinets. Well, you can only see 3 on here right now, but it'd be 8 different cabinets for you guys with 3 different mics. This being one of them, the RE320. You got an Audix D6 and the SM57, and I might do 3 condenser mics. So I might do 6 mics on each altogether, but I'm gonna start with just the condenser mics, because these are my primary mics I use for bass cabinets and getting a nice sound. But all those will be available in separate packs by cabinet. You know what I'm saying? So like this is the Harkey High Drive 210. That's gonna be one IR pack. You know what I'm saying? And that's a Fender Bassman Neo 115. Got a TC Electronic 410s. Two 4-inch speakers back there. Got the 2x4 by Phil Jones. You know what I'm saying? Got a Gallien-Kruger Neo 3rd generation. Old school, feel me? 115, got a Ampeg BA 210s over there cabinet as well. Bergentino 212, got a Jens Bands 212. You feel me? We in there. I got you. I got all your tonal needs, all your bass tone needs. I got you. Trust me. It's gonna be packs, and not only they're gonna be reasonably priced. I feel like a lot of people they price hike these IRs and different stuff, these different tone stuff. So I'm gonna give you my presets at reasonable prices. So let's keep going. So that was the Ampeg the two of the Ampeg SGT B15 settings, right? So here's the SVT one. So and the first one in each one is the more the clean sound. So this would be more the clean SVT sound. So nice round SVT sound like, and the SVT and the B15 are based off of the tube amps. So the emulations rather. So they have a nice warm sound compared to just the preamp side of the SGT by itself, which is the first setting that you heard from the SGT series. You hear pack here. So this is 5 settings that I have of the SGT on here. Mind you, like I said, the ToneX One only allows you 20 slots at a time. So I'm just going through the 20 that I keep on the pedal. I have way more than this. And like I said, each one of these takes about an hour to hour and 10 minutes to make. So you can understand why it took me, I've had this pedal, ever since I had this pedal, I started making tone models. And this is how long it took me to get all my preamps and that I have in there. So you don't have to go through none of that. All the hours of waiting, watching the computer, not even a whole percent, moving 0.1% at a time. You're like, yo, come on, yo. We ain't never going to get done. But we did it. So now let's hear more of the overdriven sound with the gain push on this setting of the Ampeg SGT SVT side. So now you getting that nice warm overdriven SVT sound. Like, I don't really typically like my amps to break up much more than that. Of course, I could have literally, and I might go back and make one more SVT setting that's like completely all the way just destruction. But I typically don't need more than that. If I wanted to, I could push up into it even more with my actual bass volume. You see. See that? It even emulates the game properly. Like, that's why I love this ToneX One. Even when you think you know it, you don't know it because it gets better. But that gain staging on there is crazy. Is a crazy, amazing. I love it. I know for sure I'm gonna make a few more color box presets because I did my main 3 or 4 settings already, but I just thought about 2 or 3 more settings that I really like on there, and I just want to make it available in the pack for you guys. Go along with it. Might as well get it all while it's there, you know. But all right. Speaking of that, here is the color box setting that my emulation, not my tone model of it in the ToneX One pedal. I don't know why I couldn't see. What was I doing there? All right. So here's my JHS color box V2 emulation in the ToneX One pedal. Tone model rather. So, as you can see, definitely. Now, I will say that's as close as an EQ. That's getting closer to it. You know, like I said, it's once the knobs get to moving, it's hard to get the exact EQ or exact setting that you had that one particular time that you was like, that's it. And that's what the tone model allows me to do basically. Once I hit that, yes, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much took my tone models. So in that way, I can duplicate that same sound over and over again, you know. As well as, let's not forget that this pedal, this ToneX One, has a built-in EQ as well. So it has a 3-band EQ that's adjustable. You can go in to the software and adjust even what frequencies it's boosting and cutting. And in the case of the mids, you can adjust the Q, how wide of a boost or cut it is in the mid range. So as well as you get a presence and a depth control. So presence is going to be the higher sparkly part of the sound, like 10K, and depth is going to be like stuff like really low frequencies. So, you know, you can also adjust all of that stuff along with the mix, so the dry mix and all that stuff in the software. But all these are 100% the preamp sound. You know, that's just how I do it. You know, I don't really for most applications I don't actually use my dry bass sound like I use the way it sounds going through a preamp and into an amp. That's just how I've always heard bass, you know, growing up, you know, back before everybody started going direct, you know. So all right. All right. So we making some progress here. All right, so we come into the TC Electronic collection I have on here. And this one is actually the only full rig I carry on here. I did a few full rig modeling things, right? Let's see some. You could turn on the cabinets globally, and you could turn them off globally as well. So I'll just turn them back on, but so this is a full that stack right there, the TC Electronic stack, the BH500 head, the original BH500 head, and the BC410s with a tweeter back there in the corner. So that's actually the only full tone model rig, I did or that I keep on my pedal. But if you guys demand more, if you guys get the preamp packs and that does well and the IRs do well, I might go back and do a bunch of tone models of different combinations of cabinets and stuff like that. Because like I said, I got, you know, right here, I got about 6 cabinets sitting right here. In addition to another 4 or 5 cabinets I have access to as well. So let's keep moving because we almost there, guys. We moving along. All right, and then we already went over that setting. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right, so now I gotta go turn these cabinets back off. And the way you do that is just hold the Alt button down. Just hold the Alt button down. And then it'll get to this point. Now turn that off. All right. All right, so here now is the Gensler Magellan Pre. I keep 2 settings on here, one slap one, one finger style one. So here's the slap and pop one. So you got those are both of those settings, finger style and the slap and pop setting. For the Gensler Pre, here's the Eden WTDI on the ToneX One. And mind you, all these are going to be available to you guys in over the next few weeks. All these different packs, preamp packs, IR packs. Yesterday and today, I just released the Zoom MS-60B Plus pack and the Zoom B6 pack, and both of those have 20 presets each. You can find those on Patreon, and you can download them, drop them right onto your B6 or your MS-60B Plus, and you'll have 20 of my personal settings right there available to you. And you can subscribe to the Patreon, Patreon All Bass Creations. You can subscribe there for free right now. Just join for free, and as I release stuff, you'll be updated. And I'll be releasing new tiers coming soon, including things like my improvisation course, my bass technique course, as well as I'll be having a limited amount of spots for video, one-on-one video bass lessons as well. So you'll actually have access to have one-on-one bass lessons if you within the certain limit. It's going to be a limited amount of slots, but if that's something that interests you, you'll have availability to that too, or access to that rather. I said availability to that. What does that even mean? But yeah. All right. So here's the Eden. So that's spot on. I can tell you now. That's the way that Eden WTDI sounds. And mind you, that is the Eden WTDI is the very first effects pedal I ever bought. Let's give it up for the, still on the pedal board. Look at that thing. Thing still on the pedal board. Still useful. Still sounds amazing. Eden build quality was crazy, and as well as just a good overall slap sound, like nice. That enhanced knob was some, that and Eden and SWR were like staples growing up. I grew up in church and stuff, so I heard that sound a lot, But all right, and getting down to the last couple ones. Here is my Mark Bass Little Mark III settings. So I have off to the side here, I have a Mark Bass head, the Little Mark III, which is just a staple in the touring scene and just in general. It's been a workhorse for a lot of people throughout the years, And it does have a really amazing sound and it's super reliable. But now you get it in a little pedal like this. Look at all these different heads and tone pedals and all the stuff that just all in this one little box now. That's crazy. So let's start with this setting, and I have two different ones. You'll hear them. That's that big mark bass sound right there. So that's like my slap and pop setting. This is more of the general finger style type setting. You know, this one's much more scooped out, big bottom to it. So, you know, you get that sound that your mark bass is known for right there. So those are the last two settings that I have. That's 20 of them, right? That's only 20, and I got plenty more. I just ain't go through them all, but that's the 20 I keep on my actual pedal board that have my actual settings for each one of those preamps. You know, it took me years to collect all these preamps, pedals, and amp heads and cabinets and all this different stuff. Then it took me years to learn how to play and get that proper tone and different things. And now you kind of get to skip the line just a little bit and at least get your tone to sit nice. It's going to hit real nice and heavy. A lot of foundation, but a lot of clarity. You know, it's gonna allow you to really cut through the mix and be heard, you know. So these tone models are going to be available over the next few weeks. Make sure you go to the patreon.com/allbasscreations and join for free. If you have a Zoom pedal, you're ahead of the game. You got the MS-60B Plus or the B6, you can go grab a pack right now, you know. Or you can go sign up for the Patreon. If you want to leave a little donation there, that's cool. If you want to hit the Cash App or Super Thanks, if this is useful to you, hit those too. You know what I'm saying? If you want to check out my music and hear all these effects and stuff in action, allbasscreations.bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? So All Bass Creations is my brand, and I am the Bass Negus, right? So if you want to find me on all social media, you know, right there, at the Bass Negus, Negus. Please go and follow me on other social media platforms as well, you know. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. It's definitely been fun, like just going through these. I forgot how amazing all of these sound when you just flipping back and forth. And the more you just get to playing through them, you're like, dang, all these joints are fire. So, you know, definitely check them out. Yeah, that's all we got for today. So this has been another episode of All Bass Creations Effects Tutorials, Demos, and Review. Stay tuned for more preset packs, more IR packs. We got plenty of stuff coming. We got new merchandise, t-shirts, all that stuff coming. So stay tuned. And we got new pedal reviews coming as well. You know, so stay tuned. Stay locked in for that stuff. Subscribe, like, and share if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.